As you can see behind me, it's happening. Got the shop all cleaned out. And yeah, time to do the flooring. The reason I do these videos for you guys, these vlogs, is because I learn from you guys as much or more than you guys learn from me. Last time I made a vlog about this, I talked about how I had 200 amps and I had plenty of power. A lot of you said, actually, no you don't. Guess what? You were right. I did not know that. For some reason, I assumed three-phase power and one-phase power are the same, but they're not. You need one phase times the square root of 3, which is 1.732. So if you need 100 amps of three-phase, you multiply times 1.732, which is the square root of 3, and that's how you get how much single-phase power it needs to make your three-phase power. So it needs a lot more. Long story short, the machine that I'm looking at getting requires way more power than I have currently, okay? Before we get into that, let me show you what I've been thinking. Originally, I was considering putting the machine right here, okay? Because right there where that door frame is, that's where I'm thinking of doing a metal rack. The problem is, if I get a bar feeder, then that's another thing that a lot of you commented on that says I should probably get a bar feeder. Well, I don't know that I'm getting a bar feeder, but if I do, this is not going to be enough room. So I'm going to have to put the machine over here, which makes more sense. Also, a lot of you asked about how thick the concrete is. Well, this slab used to be only this deep. You can see the joint right there. So there is not only the slab about 6 inches thick, there is a 24-inch deep beam that runs the length of the building right there. Okay, and right where that plate is, there's a beam right there, and then there's a beam right down the middle. How do I know that, you ask? Well, I am a contractor and I poured this slab myself, so I know what's in here. Having said that, we have a beam right here, a concrete footer. So it's 2 inches deep, or 2 feet deep right there. And then right there, it's also 2 feet deep. So if I put the machine right here, it's pretty much going to be right on that beam. So pretty stout. So it's going to have a chip dispenser. So I can put a pallet right here. The chips can fall right onto this thing, which I can come in here with my skid steer with my pallet forks, and then I can remove it anytime I want. So simple. The machine would sit right here, and the machine that I'm looking at is pretty big, so it'll go past that pipe. And then of course, if we get a bar feeder for that thing, then it goes the rest of the way. More than likely going to put the air compressor right there in the corner. I know, and I feel the same way, because a lot of you said do not put the air compressor inside the building. It's going to drive you nuts. I'm pretty sure you are correct. As a matter of fact, I know you are correct. However, it is plumbed. That's where, so I have power there, and down here, these lines right here, these are air lines that go to the rest of my house, my other shop, okay? So I know I could run lines to there, but right now I don't want to deal with the hassle of having to build a metal building or an extension or anything for that air compressor. So we're just gonna have to put up with the noise for a while. If that air compressor gets to the point that it is annoying, that means we are in here making a lot of parts, which that would be a very good thing. If it gets to that point, then we can build something out there. Because this is, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna put it out here. Okay, because my house is on that side. I don't want to put anything on that side. So the air compressor would have to be out here. That's the reason I don't want to do it, because then That means I have to run power to there, airlines, all that stuff, right? Whereas if I put it right there in the corner, power is already there, and airline, well, I just have to run it to the machine, which would be here, and then all I have to worry about is bringing the three-phase to the machine. Simple, I know. That's what I'm looking for right now. Am I going to regret it later? I hope so. Like I said, if I regret it later, that means this is working really good and we're really busy. So that's where I'm going with this. As I said, the problem right now is I don't have enough power. So I contacted the power company, and I have a lot of power. I just don't have enough. Let me show you. So I showed you already, I have 200 amps right here, okay? That's for this shop. But then if you go over here to the house, this is my other shop, and I have more panels over here. Okay, so this panel is for my man cave, this one is for the house, or vice versa, I don't remember. The point is, I have a 400 amp service, but we use a lot of power here. So it is not enough power, especially because the machine alone, the one that I'm looking at, let me go inside because this wind's kicking up. So the problem is these machines that I'm looking at, they need a lot of power. So I'm gonna look to upgrade to maybe a 600 amp service. That may be easier said than done. I don't know, I think they have a limit for residential. I told them I would want to do a separate service for this one if we're gonna do that, and then, you know, just make me another account or whatever. Here's the other thing that I have. So my shop is right here, and there is a transformer right here. However, they told me that needs to get changed out because that's only big enough for what I have now. So they got to change the transformer, and then it goes underground all the way to that pole over there. When I built my house, I did everything underground. I didn't want to have poles all over the place. So I don't know what all they would have to do. I'm hoping we have enough wire. When I say enough wire, I mean big enough wire that we can simply just change out the transformer. But I don't know. So this is turning into quite a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. Another thing that some of you have mentioned is that I should look into getting a used CNC machine. I cannot afford a used machine. Let me explain. Whatever machine that I get, I need to ensure that it doesn't break down for a long time. Why? Because that thing needs to be making parts. Parts equal money. Money equals success. If I get a used machine, obviously they're still going to be very expensive. But if it fails, it's on me. Okay? That means I may be sitting here with a big, paperweight that's worth a lot of money, and I don't want that. Like I said, if I acquire a new machine, if that thing goes down, it's under warranty. I can, call them up, tell them come fix it, whatever, right? So, again, that's some of the things that I've been kicking around. I wish I could go out and buy a used machine, but to be honest with you, like I said, number one, I need this machine to be 100% reliable and to be backed up by some kind of warranty. And number two, I really don't know enough about these machines to trust myself into buying a good used one. That's the difference. So whatever I acquire, it's gonna have to be more than likely a new machine, which are very expensive. But that's the way I'm looking at this. Now, some of you have contacted me about running my parts, and I really do appreciate it. There was one of you that contacted me and said, hey, I can run these parts for you. I've been a machinist for a very long time. I can do this and I can make it super efficient. I was excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought, you know what? This might be my answer. I thought, well, if they can make me the parts super fast, super good, and at a good price, why not, right? Then I can save the hassle of having to do this myself, Then he provided me a phone number to call, and I called one time, and they have press this number, that number. I tried that, didn't work. Called back again. I tried 4 times in a row, couldn't get through anyone. Waited about 20 minutes, tried again. Tried twice again, couldn't get to anyone. Then I was reminded of why I'm trying to do this on my own. Then I sent him an email and I said, I'm sorry, but this ain't gonna work out. He said, send me an email, send me the prints, our phone system is down. Again, I get it, but this is the type of things that happen. And if I'm trying to get service or a product out and this happens, it's just hard to explain, right? Or it's again, I've been dealing with that for a long time, and that's the very thing that I'm trying to avoid. Not only that, okay, I have a very good machine shop right now making my parts, right? But as I described before, this is going to give me the flexibility to create more parts, different parts, smaller runs, prototype some stuff, and kind of put it out there, see if you guys like it. And a lot of you email me about special requests that I cannot do right now. If I had my own machine, obviously that would be an option. So those are some of the things that I'm kind of kicking around. But trust me, right now, this whole power thing, it's really kicking me in the teeth right now. The other thing is the 3-phase converters are super expensive. They are crazy expensive. Because I need balanced power. So I'm not getting a rotary, but they are super crazy expensive. In the meantime, we're gonna keep pushing here on this shop. You can see the tables, everything's gone that was here. That's the table that was here. We just leaned it up against the wall. The day that we start on the flooring, we're gonna just take that outside. There was a table here. We took all that out. These two, whenever we do the flooring, we just get all that, take it outside, and these legs right here, we're either going to leave them like they are, or maybe just 45, maybe undo that rack on the bottom and then 45 down to that purlin, so everything's, nothing's touching the floor. Tuner brakes, they're on the way. That's all I can tell you right now. They are, like I said on the last episode, they're coming, okay? Thank you for your patience. I know some of you guys are very antsy. Some of you got some of the first run, and the feedback I've been getting has been very, very good. So I'm happy for that. I know you're gonna be happy when you get yours. Until then, hang tight, they're coming. All right, guys, thank you so much for your support. As always, I'm happy to share this with you, and I'm happy to read your comments, because you guys offer so much help. I have gotten a lot of emails from a lot of you, and thank you so much. I've talked to some of you guys, because this is new to me, okay? I don't know, I have a pretty good understanding of what's going on, but obviously I'm no expert. So this is a huge step for me, so thank you all that have contacted me, offered advice, offered help. Extremely appreciate it, but we're gonna keep pushing until we can't push anymore. Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time. Keep them centered.
Tonight I'm feeling